High above the Liri Valley stood an ancient monastery, Monte Cassino Abbey. For nearly 1,400 years, it had survived earthquakes, invasions, and centuries of war. In World War II, it became the centerpiece of one of the most bitter and controversial battles of the Italian campaign. By early 1944, the Allied advance toward Rome had stalled against the German Gustav Line. At its heart was Cassino, a mountain town dominated by the Abbey towering above it. From the ground, Allied troops believed the Germans were using the monastery as an artillery observation post. Every movement in the valley seemed watched. Every attack was met with devastating fire. Orders, rumors, and assumptions collided. On February 15, 1944, Allied aircraft filled the skies. Over 1,400 tons of bombs were dropped on the Abbey in a massive aerial bombardment. The ancient monastery was reduced to rubble in a matter of hours. But the truth that followed shocked many. German forces had not been occupying the Abbey before the bombing. They had honored its status as a historic and religious site, avoiding the structure itself while defending the surrounding slopes. The bombing changed everything. The ruins provided the Germans exactly what they had lacked before: perfect defensive cover. Paratroopers of the elite 1st Fallschirmjäger Division quickly occupied the shattered remains, turning the rubble into a fortress impossible to attack directly. Allied infantry would pay the price. Attacks against Cassino ground forward through smashed stone, cratered streets, and constant fire. Units from the United States, Britain, India, New Zealand, and Poland fought and bled in repeated assaults that gained little ground. The destruction of the Abbey became a symbol of tragedy on all sides. Civilians had been sheltering in the monastery during the bombing. Many were killed. A site of faith and culture was lost, and its loss failed to deliver the hoped-for military advantage. Only months later, after massive ground assaults and an eventual outflanking of the Gustav Line, did Allied forces finally capture Cassino. By then, the damage, physical and moral, had already been done. The bombing of Monte Cassino remains controversial because it illustrates war's most painful dilemma. Decisions made under pressure, based on incomplete information, can carry irreversible consequences. Commanders believed they were saving lives. Instead, they created a stronger enemy position. Monte Cassino was not destroyed by malice, but by fear, urgency, and uncertainty. It stands as a warning, etched in stone and ash, that even necessary wars can be fought in tragic ways, and that history must examine not just victory, but the cost of how it was achieved.